Adote Papo, my colleague, is there. I'm sure he's had some people to speak with.
Of the election petition, day 40, and today is exactly 40 days after the courts began sittings, and so we have had 40 sittings, and we would like to speak to a few people here at the Supreme Court and explain a few point of law to us. And with us to the discussion is Victor Adaudu with the NDC legal team. Hello, Victor, and you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to speak on this platform.
Right. Now, can we understand today's proceedings? It appears that there are a lot of issues that are at stake. On one breath, the judges doesn't seem to understand lawyers. On one breath, too, the judges or lawyers are saying that the judges seem to be confusing issues. What do you make of today's proceedings?
I think today's proceedings, what was the expectation of the court and even with the lawyers was that after tendering in the KPMG report, it will have brought out the unique polling stations, the number of polling stations that were filed, the exhibit numbers. Now that it's been brought out and tendered, we have seen that some of the exhibits that are being brought were not captured in the KPMG report. But those are also they said were part of things that were filed with the registrar. So you would see the back and forth where if some exhibits were tendered, we looked at it and we said it is not captured in the KPMG, so we reject them. I think this was the to and fro that we were having, and the court said, okay, they should give all the exhibits or pink sheets they intend to cross-examine Dr. Afarijan with, so that we can look at it and sift out the ones that we think it's not in the KPMG. So far as it is captured in the KPMG, whether we have it or not, it must be used, and it will be used. That is the understanding the court had. But when what was given to us, the list was given to us, we realized that it was what was rejected. It was new exhibit numbers that has been generated with that to go and to be in tune or in sync with what they have brought, what is in KPMG captured under a different exhibit number. That was the confusion. Now they said they will not rely on those lists again. So now they want the actual one that is in the custody of the registrar. Now what they want is that they want some series. I think they want the F, the G, K, N, O, J, Q, W, X, and Z. So those are the series they want now. Now if that is taken, we will assume that the list or the specific ones that they want from the series will be what they will be referring to. We don't know for now that they will refer to all the exhibits in the series. So that's what the court is saying, that any residue that has not been used, give it to them. They asked about the P series.
Right.
That have they gone to the P series, and they said they've not gone yet because they don't want their cross-examination to be disjointed. So they will give us all that we will go through, sift them, and see whether they have been captured by KPMG report or not. Then how they would use it. So that's where we've gotten to.
Right. Before we go on to your next issue, let me say that very soon we'll be speaking to a member of the MPP legal team. But right now we are stuck with Victor Adaudu, who is telling us what transpired in court a short while ago. You can continue with your projection.
Yeah, and I think also that we saw Dr. Kojo Afarijan tendering the 905 that they admitted in their answer that they were not signed. They were saying that he added some other information that is not relevant to them.
Yeah, exactly. They asked for 905 pink sheets, and it appears that Dr. Kojo Afarijan has gone beyond the 905 to add certain things to it too. I'm not talking about additional, unsigned pink sheets, but going to analyze things that the petitioner thinks that is not within his purview.
Yeah, that's what the court was telling them, that is the risk when you ask somebody of a document in his possession, of his knowledge to read. It is that effect, the risk that you take, that what you say he should bring, that is the analysis they have made. And you see, they made the analysis and said that, yes, in your petition, you said this number were not signed. We admitted this is what has been signed. And they put the 905. Now, to that also, the additional information that he's brought is for the benefit of the court to understand, apart from just looking at the dry or the cold 905 on the sheet of paper. So it is just to assist the court to understand when they are doing the analysis. They are also saying that, yes, the 905, they have additional ones that have not been signed, which EC says no, it's part of the 905. So now that they reluctantly tendered it, they will look at it and will make comment whilst we are writing our submission or our address to the court.
This morning we were surprised when proceedings began, and the very fact that the presiding judge made mention of a few things. It appears that they are getting frustrated with the fact that they had to call people to the Supreme Court just because they have, said things that change the image of the Supreme Court. It appears that Atukuba, should I say, JS Atukuba, is frustrated.
Yes, I think the court itself has indicated the sentiment that they are not ready to hold people. There's freedom of speech, but it has limit. And I think it's something that should not continue, just not to hold people here and punish them. And signals that they've sent, they felt it was enough. But if it will continue, I think the court will also continue to come. That is what the court...
in your candid opinion, do you think that the court can look at all these infractions and hold these people before the court?
I think we as a citizen, we should be law-abiding and respect the judiciary. I don't think the court is not saying that we should not criticize them. Yes, there is a way you can critique the court, but that is their decision. Your view can be different from what the court says, but that's the position they have made. But you don't go further to exceed the limit. I think that's what they are saying is a worrying development, and they don't want that.
Many thanks to you, Victor Kojo Adawdu, for your time. And this is your continuous coverage of the election petition, day 40. And viewers, you know that the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party has been mentioned here, and the court is saying that they are going to study the report and invite him as at when is appropriate. This is TV3.